Dragon Ball Z TV Special Bardock, Father of Goku, is one of my favorite TV specials. I do consider it pretty much a movie, same with History of Trunks. Now, as most of you know, Bardock is one of my all-time favorite anime characters. He's my favorite Dragon Ball character as well. So, let's get into this video. So in this video, I'm going to pretty much recap Bardock, Father of Goku, and add in a few fun facts about the Z version of Bardock. So, Bardock, Father of Goku, was actually Toei's first TV special, then followed by History of Trunks. What's also interesting in Bardock's TV special is that it aired during the Frieza saga, which I did not know because I was not watching Dragon Ball during that time. Bardock and his team were also designed very different compared to what we see today in the special. I didn't like the original concept design. Thank God they switched it to his badass Z look. And that's thanks to Akira Toriyama, because a different person, Nakituro, however you say his name, sorry if I butchered it, actually drew this concept design of Bardock. Toriyama was the one who made some changes to make him look how he looks today in Z. Thank you once again, Mr. Toriyama. But Nakituro did make the Super Saiyan 4 design, which is a design I absolutely love. The special is centered around a story about Bardock, of course, which, as we all know, is the father of both Goku and Raditz. Bardock and his team are sent to a planet to destroy the population and take it over to prep it for Frieza's planetary market, which they do, but one alien does survive as it lunges at Bardock after it says a few words to him, then hits him with a stabbing-like motion with his hand. And while he did that, he gave Bardock abilities to see into the future, which Bardock did not completely understand at first. So Bardock is now getting these visions of the future thanks to the alien guy, but comes to realize what they actually are at some point throughout the TV special. So now Bardock keeps getting flashes of Goku in the future, and that Frieza plans to destroy planet Vegeta. And that is the home planet not only to Bardock, but every single Saiyan. And before Super, Bardock was actually the real reason Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta, because Bardock and his team were nothing but a bunch of low-class Saiyans, but then they ended up becoming stronger and stronger from constant battles, which Frieza did take notice, and we all do know that Saiyans grow more powerful with every battle, especially when they lose. They eventually become the strongest Saiyans at that time, more specifically Bardock. So yes, it is Bardock's fault, in a way, before it was changed in Super. So Frieza ends up setting up Bardock and his team to eliminate them, along with the entire planet, to eradicate all Saiyans. See what I did there? You guys see what I did there? Pun intended. As of now, Bardock is clueless to Frieza's plan because his visions, he doesn't realize they're visions of the future. So Bardock was most injured in their first battle when that alien attacked him before. So while Bardock is healing in the chamber pod, more visions hit him, but his team is sent off to another planet to take it over. Well, that's what they thought. And as the Saiyan doctors, or the doctors on planet Vegeta, are noticing Bardock is kind of freaking out in the healing chamber, so they drain it of all the water and get him out. As Bardock is finished healing, he finds his team already left. So now Bardock is questioning why would they leave him as he heads to a pod to meet up with them, and the doctors are telling Bardock, hey, you're not strong enough yet, you gotta wait and heal, but Bardock doesn't have time to bleed. What movie is that from? So as Bardock starts heading over to this planet, he arrives but notices his comrades are all down and pretty much all of them are dead. But then he noticed his best friend is still breathing. Bardock runs up to Tora, and as he gives his last words telling Bardock why they killed them, as Tora passes away, Bardock's anger builds and builds as he grasps Tora's bandage, and it slowly gets covered in Bardock's blood, which is that badass red bandana we see. Then Frieza's crew shows up, mocking our main character in the story. Then we get one of the most badass moments in Dragon Ball Z when Bardock puts on his bloody bandana like a mother boss. Also, did you know at this point in Bardock's life, his power level was over 9,000? His power level was actually around 10,000, or exactly 10,000, which I learned while doing research on this video. Next, Bardock attacks Frieza's soldiers. The soldiers blast him, thinking he's finished, but to their surprise, Bardock pops up, then beats them one by one in such an awesome moment, and he made it look so easy, like child's play. And I ain't talking about Chucky. Bardock is about to take out the last two soldiers, but then another vision hits him of Goku messing up his attack on the last two soldiers. So he gets caught up and they start beating him, but eventually Bardock beats the crap out of them. And this was by far one of my favorite scenes in the special. We get to see Bardock do some damage until Dodoria shows up and hits him with a blast so bad that Bardock is on the brink of death. But he does survive, while Dodoria thinks he finished the job. Typical Dodoria. I could have sworn he did the same thing with Gohan and Krillin. Such a bad liar. Something else I really liked was how Bardock survived that blast. He avenged his team almost, and it's like they protected him from Dodoria's blast, as their bodies topple on top of him after the impact. So now Frieza is going forward with his plan to destroy all the Saiyans and Planet Vegeta. Then we see Bardock jumping back into his pod all beaten and bloody, so he's heading back to Planet Vegeta. And he now realizes what Frieza is really up to. And he can actually go into Frieza's mind too, which I never really caught on to that. Everything is starting to all make sense and come together for our main character. Bardock lands on Planet Vegeta extremely beaten and bloody, but now he's in a rush to warn everyone of Frieza's plan. But before he heads out, two soldiers greet Bardock saying his son has been sent off, and again, it hits Bardock that these visions are all coming true. So now he's in even more of a hurry to warn all the Saiyans. The poor guy fell down like 5 steps on his way there and almost passes out. Then we hear the voice of that alien who gave him the ability and explains to him what's happening. He said he gave him this power so he can see what's going to happen to his people. That is some pretty screwed up stuff, but hey, the guy wanted revenge for his race. This motivates Bardock to get up and move. He finally got up to a group of Saiyans to tell them, and as he does, we hear nothing but silence. And then all of a sudden, laughter. All the other Saiyans laughed at him and started making jokes about him. As Bardock leaves, he mumbles, "Fools," which they are. He's trying to tell them they're about to be destroyed. And they think it's a joke. They think Bardock got beat up so bad that he's not thinking straight, so they all start cracking jokes about him. And after he mumbles "fools," he shouts, "Fools, you're all dead!" Then Bardock gets the courage to go stop Frieza himself. And we all know how that turned out. I do love this scene as well. As he's going up, heading towards Frieza in a spaceship, he's battling all of Frieza's soldiers while doing it by himself. So keep that in mind, how badass Bardock is. But yes, as we all know, the end of Bardock's story. One of the saddest moments to me in anything Dragon Ball Z related. Frieza does destroy the planet, and Bardock is the only Saiyan trying to stop him and save everyone on the planet. So yeah, that's the end of the Saiyans and Bardock. It's such a great story. It's not the basic hero saves everyone's story. It's actually a story of someone who is kind of not as good of a guy, then becomes a pretty good hero-ish figure. And as he goes along, you see him become the hero. And towards the end, the hero did not win, which is such a heartbreaking story in Dragon Ball, period. So that's pretty much the story about the Dragon Ball Z Bardock, father of Goku, and I did throw in some pretty cool facts about Bardock and that episode. Anyway, that is the video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, that is the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Bardock, Father of Goku, the TV special, and thanks for watching. And don't forget, I will catch you on the next episode of Daredevil 19, unless you're listening on the podcast, the Plastic Power Podcast, and I will also See you guys later.